When Plymouth introduced the Roadrunner in 1968, few could have predicted that this unassuming, stripped-down B-body coupe would come to define an entire branch of the muscle car movement. Conceived as a back-to-basics performance car, the Roadrunner was not about luxury or prestige. It was about raw, affordable speed. Chrysler's marketing department, inspired by the famous Warner Brothers cartoon, licensed the Roadrunner name and its signature beep-beep horn for a few $1,000s. A small investment that would pay enormous cultural dividends. The car's very presence in showrooms became a kind of rebellion against the increasingly plush and heavy high-performance models emerging at the time. It was a blue-collar hero in a market that was starting to price out its original audience. In 1968, the Roadrunner immediately struck a chord with buyers. Plymouth sold about 44,000 units that year, an astonishing figure considering the model's modest advertising budget and minimalist trim. Buyers were drawn in by the combination of a burly 383 cubic inch V8, heavy-duty suspension, and a base price that left room in the wallet for insurance and gas. It was, in a word, fun. The kind of car you could thrash on a Friday night drag strip and still drive to work Monday morning without guilt. The car's unpretentious attitude became its signature. No frills, no fluff, no apologies. Just power, sound, and simplicity. By 1969, Plymouth doubled down on that winning formula. The second model year saw over 80,000 Roadrunners roll off the assembly line, making it the car's most successful year by far. And while the basic architecture remained largely the same, the details improved. A more refined grille design, new tail lamps, and fresh high-impact colors that matched the outrageous spirit of late 60s performance culture. But the essence of the car was unchanged: big engine, basic body, minimal nonsense. The 383 cubic inch engine was still standard, and for most buyers that was more than enough. It gave you over 335 horsepower, a deep, authoritative idle, and a quarter-mile time that could shame plenty of pricier rivals. Still, Plymouth understood that for some enthusiasts, enough was never really enough. That's why 1969 brought new performance options, including the fabled 446 barrel and the legendary 426 Hemi. These power plants transformed the Roadrunner from a street brawler into a legitimate monster. The 446 barrel, a tri-carb setup with a savage mid-range, was a new option that made the B-body feel feral. The car would lunge forward with an immediacy that no single four-barrel engine could replicate. You didn't drive it as much as wrestle it, and that's exactly what its fans loved. It was wild, unpredictable, and gloriously overpowered. But the six-barrel was a rare bird. Only 1,412 Roadrunners were equipped with it that year, 797 hardtops and 615 coupes. Add in transmission choices and that number thins out even further, making any survivor with this configuration a genuine collector's treasure today. Then there was the Hemi. Chrysler's 426 cubic inch elephant engine had already achieved mythic status in NASCAR and on the street, and shoehorning it into the lightweight Roadrunner body created something that bordered on dangerous. Only 777 fixed-roof Hemi Roadrunners left the factory in 1969, 421 hardtops and 356 coupes, plus a mere 10 convertibles. Those numbers make it rarer than many Italian exotics of the same era. Owning one now is not just a matter of money. It's a matter of luck and timing. Many collectors spend years just trying to find one that hasn't been wrecked, modified, or cloned. The convertible itself was new for 1969, marking the first and only time Plymouth offered a drop-top Roadrunner in its original generation. Yet it wasn't a big hit back then. Convertibles were falling out of fashion as the muscle car crowd preferred the rigidity and weight advantage of hardtops. Only 1,890 buyers opted for the open-air version, and just 10 of those chose the Hemi. Today, those 10 represent some of the rarest Mopars ever built, each one commanding astronomical figures at auction, if one ever surfaces at all. The example I stumbled across, though, isn't one of those 10. It's a 1969 Roadrunner coupe, but it's special in its own way. Draped in triple black, black paint, black vinyl roof, black interior, it carries a sinister, understated elegance that contrasts beautifully with its brutish nature. Triple black wasn't necessarily uncommon for moppers of the time, but there's something about this car's configuration that gives it real presence. It looks like a weapon. The absence of bright colors only amplifies its menace. The car doesn't shout for attention. It commands it. Under the right light, the body panels gleam with a mirror finish, and every line of the B-body architecture stands out in crisp relief. The sculpted fenders, the subtle beep-beep decals, the slightly bulging hood, it all whispers power. And then there's the transmission. This car features a 4-speed manual gearbox, paired with the big engine. Out of the 1969 production run, only 194 Roadrunner coupes were built with that exact drivetrain combination. That means fewer than 200 people in the world ever took delivery of one like this, and who knows how many are still alive today in this condition. This car is one of them, and that alone makes it worth celebrating. The shifter rising from the floor, capped by a cue ball knob, invites a kind of mechanical intimacy you don't get from automatics. Every shift feels deliberate, tactile, and satisfying. There's no substitute for that click-clack rhythm of gears engaging, the slight resistance that tells you the machinery beneath you is alive. I can't say for certain whether this particular Roadrunner retains its original numbers-matching engine and transmission, but in a way, it doesn't matter. The authenticity of a car like this isn't just about matching serial numbers. It's about the spirit that lives under its hood and behind its wheel. The owner, whoever they are, clearly understands that. The car has been kept immaculate, its body panels straight and true, its chrome glinting like it just rolled off a showroom floor in late 1968. It's the kind of car that makes you slow down and take it all in. The way the sunlight dances across the curves, the way the hood bulge hints at the beast beneath. It's automotive theater at its finest. When the engine fires up, the experience transcends nostalgia. The sound of a Hemi idling is more than noise. It's a statement. Deep, thunderous, perfectly uneven. It's the sound of unfiltered combustion, of unrestrained design philosophy. You can feel it in your chest, even through a video screen. The faint tremor in the exhaust note, the rhythmic pulse of those 8 cylinders. It's primal. The Coyote Duster air cleaner decal, one of the car's most endearing visual quirks, sits proudly atop the engine, a reminder of Mopar's sense of humor and personality. Everything under the hood looks as it should, clean, correct, and unapologetically mechanical. No chrome excess, no aftermarket nonsense, just factory accuracy and honest engineering. Walk around the car and you start to appreciate the details that make the 1969 Roadrunner a legend among muscle cars. The proportions are perfect. Long hood, short deck, a stance that's both aggressive and balanced. The body lines, crisp yet muscular, embody the tension of late 60s American design, where function and form met in the pursuit of speed. Even the badging tells a story. The cartoon bird emblem is still perched proudly on the grille and quarter panels, a whimsical reminder that the car's name came from a creature known for outrunning its predators. It's a wink at the absurdity of the muscle car era, when car companies weren't afraid to mix humor with horsepower. Inside, this particular Roadrunner is pure nostalgia. The black vinyl bench seat stretches from door to door, a relic of an era when bucket seats were optional, and bench seats meant practicality over sportiness. Yet somehow, in a car like this, the bench feels right. It fits the car's personality. Casual, straightforward, honest. The dashboard layout is simple but purposeful, with round gauges set deep in black bezels, a column-mounted tatch, and just enough chrome trim to break up the darkness. The smell of old vinyl and faint traces of gasoline and oil hang in the air, that intoxicating aroma that every classic car enthusiast knows too well. It's a time machine in sensory form. Driving a Roadrunner like this today is a humbling experience. Modern performance cars may be quicker, smoother, more refined, but they'll never replicate the visceral joy of a raw, carbureted V8 responding to your right foot. The clutch is heavy, the shifter demands muscle, and the steering has that beautiful analog weight that communicates every imperfection in the road. The brakes require foresight, and the suspension, while firm, still allows a little body roll that reminds you this is a car built by and for humans, not algorithms. Every drive is an event, every stoplight a small stage. People stare, kids point, older folks smile knowingly. The Roadrunner connects generations in a way few cars can. Over time, the triple black aesthetic has gained new appreciation among collectors. For years, high-impact hues like limelight green, vitamin C orange, or lemon twist yellow stole the spotlight. But as the market matured, the allure of stealth and sophistication grew. Black Roadrunners began fetching serious attention at auctions, often breaking into six-figure territory. A quick scan of recent sales shows several examples surpassing $100,000, especially those with original drivetrains and well-documented histories. The combination of rarity, condition, and originality dictates value, but in the end, emotion drives the bidding. And nothing tugs at the heartstrings of Mopar fans quite like a menacing, well-preserved 1969 Roadrunner. What makes this car so captivating is that it sits at the intersection of accessibility and legend. It wasn't the most expensive muscle car of its day, nor the rarest nor the fastest, but it captured the soul of the era better than most. It was a car for the everyman, built with a wink and a roar. Today, as muscle cars have become collectible art, the Roadrunner stands as proof that simplicity can be just as powerful as sophistication. It's a car that celebrates grit over glamour, substance over style, and authenticity over perfection. Imagine standing in a dealership back in 1969. You've just finished signing the paperwork for your new Roadrunner coupe. The salesman hands you the keys, and as you walk out to the parking lot, that deep black paint glints under the afternoon sun. You climb in, twist the key, and the car comes alive with a sound that makes the hairs on your arms rise. The steering wheel feels thick in your hands, the clutch catches high, and the first time you let it rip down the street, the world blurs just enough to make you laugh out loud. That was the magic Plymouth sold. Not luxury, not technology, but the pure thrill of motion. More than half a century later, that same spirit endures. Whether it's idling in a garage, gliding through a car show, or roaring down a back road, a well-kept Roadrunner like this carries with it a sense of unfiltered Americana. It reminds us of a time when cars were extensions of personality, when speed was a form of self-expression, and when engineering teams pushed the limits not because market research told them to, but because they could. The 1969 Roadrunner, in all its variations, from the modest 383 to the fire-breathing Hemi, represents that perfect balance between chaos and control. The car I saw, black on black, 4-speed, immaculate, embodies that balance flawlessly. It's not over-restored or overdone. It's preserved with respect for its heritage. You can tell it was built to be driven, not displayed behind glass. The road is its natural habitat, the roar of the engine its native language, and that's what makes it special. It's not just a piece of automotive history. It's a living, breathing reminder of what performance used to mean before computers, before traction control, before the world got quiet. For collectors, the 1969 Roadrunner will always be a touchstone, a benchmark of authenticity in a market crowded with replicas and restorations. For enthusiasts, it's a dream car, one that bridges the gap between affordability and myth. And for anyone who's ever heard the bark of a Hemi echoing off an empty highway, it's a sound that never leaves your soul. In black, with a 4-speed and that unmistakable stance, it's more than just a car. It's a statement of intent, a symbol of unfiltered mechanical honesty. The Roadrunner may have started as a joke, named after a cartoon bird that outwits coyotes, but it ended up defining a generation. Its spirit was mischievous, its performance serious, and its legacy permanent. Whether you're a Mopar purist or just a lover of muscle cars, you can't help but respect it. It represents the moment when Detroit was at its boldest, when the line between marketing and madness was gloriously thin, and when cars were built with both humor and heart. And as the world moves further into electric silence, the rumble of a 1969 Hemi Roadrunner, especially one this rare, this dark, this perfectly preserved, feels almost sacred. A last echo of an era that believed speed was freedom, power was poetry, and simplicity was the purest form of performance.